Hey everyone, we have some really, I would say exciting news. We are back on Adam Savage's Tested channel. You might remember Adam Savage from the Mythbuster days back in the early 2000s. We were very lucky. We reached out to him about a year ago, if you remember, and asked him if he wanted a custom Beatrice, because he makes all these costumes. He's really into cosplay. So we thought, hey, maybe he'll want one, and he totally did. He was so excited. So we went out there and delivered it in person in April of last year. So we have a few videos already that he made. I will put links in the description if you want to check those out. So it was really exciting. It's really neat to see him, dress his Beatrice and react to his Beatrice, because, it is weird to be with yourself in a physical way like that. It shocks everyone, even Adam Savage. So that was a lot of fun. But another thing, came up. He approached us about creating custom heads for his Beatrice Form. And he happened to already have head scans from a previous project or something, which was really cool. And he was able just to send those to us. We used our digital tools to, line it up and make sure that it could be mounted on top of his Beatrice and line up with his neck and have it scaled properly. And we made him the head forms to add to his Beatrice form, and he just put out a video where he unboxed those heads. And of course, Adam is such a goofball, right? So his reaction is really funny, and you really need to watch it. It's very entertaining. I'll put a link to the video in the description and up here in one of the corners if you're watching YouTube. Yeah, it's very funny. We did attempt to record our reaction, but of course I suck at YouTube, so I didn't start recording our reactions until about halfway through. But I'm going to pick out some of the more funny and interesting ones and put them in this video.
Oh, it's great.
It worked.
Okay, let's see what it looks like without my hair.
I can't.
Yeah, I like this a little better.
I had no way of testing it beforehand. I just did it, and it worked. Oh,
Wow,
yes.
wow.
That
is some far out stuff, man.
Oh my gosh.
Ah, yes. It looks good.
Oh, it fits perfectly.
Yeah.
That is him. Did
Far
a
out,
good job.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my
Got a
God.
damp cloth. Got
What
one of
is
my
he
tattoos.
doing?
Yeah, temporary tattoo.
What,
I-
work on fabric now?
I don't know. We're gonna find out. Put
Mm.
some tape on it.
I hope it sticks on fabric.
That's the protective layer.
Did you see it on
Don't
there?
touch
Mhm. Yeah,
it.
he's put hands on it too. Since
How did he make hands?
he has hands lying around. It's Adam Savage. Of course, he's got some hands lying around. I wonder what the definition looks
Yeah,
like.
you want to reveal, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Reveal.
Oh, lovely.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe how well it
Absolutely
works.
fabulous.
Oh, it came out perfect.
Yeah.
This ruler has a good head on its shoulders.
He's such a goofball.
Thanks again to Beatrice Forms for their amazing idea, their incredible execution. Thanks to you guys for watching this very quick and dirty, but super satisfying addition to my form, such as it is. I will see you guys next time. Thank you for joining me.
Such a
Cheers.
good sport.
Oh man.
So Nathan, how did that feel watching that video? Watching
Better than
Adam.
watching the video of us being interviewed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot less stressful.
So I don't
Less
know.
things for me to critique about myself for sure.
Right. That because you weren't in the video? Yeah, but what did you think of the video?
It was great. I think those heads turned out better than I could have anticipated because I didn't have the form to test the heads on. It was I just had to trust that what I had made before would mate properly with the heads as I designed them in our modeling software.
Right. That's a kind of a big leap of faith when you're making something to not be able to test it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a little bit, I had faith that it was going to be okay. I'd been thinking about this, how I would do this for quite a while.
Yeah.
It's not the most elegant solution, but it's, it works exceptionally well. I knew that it was going to work. It just, there wasn't any reason to spend hours and hours and hours making, the perfect attachment mechanism when something that was pretty crude would be totally sufficient for a prototype.
Right, right. It always makes me nervous though when he opens the box. And good thing he didn't take, like scissors to it. Although we didn't have covers on these things, so unlikely there would be any damage. But he lifts them out and I just cross my fingers that everything is okay. And then when he goes to put it on, that there isn't a failure.
Yeah. I mean, there's not many moving parts to that. It's a 3/8 inch threaded rod post that screws into the top of the slide, and then the head just has a piece of aluminum that I had drilled a center hole through on the lathe, and then put a locking cap screw that goes through the back of the neck.
Yeah.
It was a really simple design.
And then you're checking the fit in the digital space.
Yeah.
So we know that it should fit. And the other thing to know is that scan of his heads did not happen at the same time as the scans that he did with the Beatrice iPhone app to make his forms that he's putting them on.
Right.
So it is kind of a validation. It feels good to know that all of that process is really accurate and can work. We can do it.
Right.
It's just, I just feel like, it's neat having someone who really understands what it takes to make something like that, be so excited about having something like that made for him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it feels really, really good.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Well, I appreciate his enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And his excitement about putting the tattoo on, and how it's become, it's generated multiple videos out of it. And
and he's so excited every time he pulls it out.
Yeah.
I do think it's exciting, though. I think it's exciting to have a form made of you.
Mm-hmm. It was quite the leap of faith and confidence to make him one, knowing that he is maybe not notorious, but he would be hard on it.
Yeah, if he didn't like the execution or thought it was subpar, he would be honest about it.
Yeah. So it was a really, probably one of the most stressful periods of my career. That probably month of going from model to finished work, and then shipping it out and just hoping that it got there safe and sound, and having enough buffer in case something happened to it, so that we could remake the entire form if we needed to and ship it out again.
Yes. Like when we didn't record the beginning of our reaction because we didn't think about it till halfway through, but you had some reactions right in the beginning. You were talking about your career.
I never thought that in my career I would be making prototypes for Adam Savage. I've had laughably bad, interviews at Apple. I definitely had unfinished business at Apple before I left, but that's where life took me. And I've ended up here, and I don't know if I would have. I wouldn't have ended up here if I hadn't failed those interviews. I've had multiple interviews in my life that went incredibly poorly, and it has all worked out for the best.
Yes.
I mean, just embarrassing, just completely embarrassing interviews that I walked away thinking like maybe I should just quit.
Well, that's how. But you did pass the first interview because you got your first job. You got your job at Apple. These were subsequent interviews internally that you're speaking of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interviewing for the Kernel QA team was a little bit out of reach for me at that point, and had
but
a
you went for
colossally
it.
bad interview.
Who has not had a bad interview? Come on. Like, when I interviewed at Apple, I thought for sure I wasn't going to get the job.
Oh, like
I have
5 minutes
good
into that
stories.
interview, I was like, wow, I got another 55 minutes to go. This is not going well.
I'm sure
Not going
everyone
well.
out there has had that experience. But here's the thing, you have to shoot high or you'll never advance or grow. Or how are you going to get that next big thing if you don't go for it? I mean, that's what this business was. We had no idea if this would work or that we could make this profitable enough to be a business. That's still in question.
We're working on it.
We're working on it. But I can't imagine having stuck, with the whole big tech thing. It was a great start, and a great foundation, I think, for our careers to, build this. We wouldn't have built this if it wasn't for Apple.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
I got a lot of skill and confidence from working there, despite having some bad interviews and, just in hard days.
Well, we learned how to design a commercially viable product that can actually meet the needs of real people. I mean, that's what we learned how to do at Apple. We learned how to deliver that. What does it take?
Yeah.
What do you need to do to test? What do you need to do to ensure that you are, actually addressing the needs of the people who are going to use the product?
Right.
And also, we care a lot about it. And the Apple was always that way. I cared a lot about everyone there, really cared about what they were doing. It's a privilege to be able to work on something you're excited about. And anyway, this video with Adam just, I don't know, it just, this business is hard. And just to have someone like that, someone we admire so much, to be so excited and really is excited about using it, that is just wow, it just puts us over the moon. We're so lucky.
Yeah. I was machining those the night before we left to go to Allison's family's house for Thanksgiving.
Oh.
I had to box them up and drop them off at my parents' house so that they could ship it.
Yeah.
I was running a little bit behind.
Oh God, we were hustling.
There was no room for error. I just had to execute and get it done.
Get it done, because we were on our way to California, so from Colorado.
Yeah.
About to get on the airplane. So hard deadline.
Yep.
Was worth it though, the hustle.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're always hustling. This job involves a lot more hustle than I thought it was going to.
Well, there's always something. You're responsible for everything. The toilet's clogged.
I know.
You better unclog it.
Well, anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll put this video up on our website, and our link. We'll have this video, and then we'll have a link to the tested video where the one that we're reacting to.
Yeah.
So you can watch it without us talking. I don't know how I'm gonna do this video.
Okay.
Anyway, thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.